It's Thursday, August 30. This is the news on PBCJ. I am Simone Absalom. Government has given approval for the purchase of land at a cost of $229 million to accommodate the Crossroads Tax Office and other tax administration of Jamaica offices. Minister of Education, Youth and Information, Senator Ruel Reid, made the announcement during a post-cabinet press briefing held at Jamaica House on Wednesday.
Cabinet has given approval for the purchase of land at a cost of $229 million located on the grounds of the Nuttall Memorial Hospital for the construction of a building to house the Crossroad Tax Office and other TAJ offices.
Senator Reid also addressed the development of Port Royal.
Further to prior decisions of April 23, 2018 on the acquisition of leasehold interest in the unexpired 35-year lease agreement between the Commissioner of Lands and Morgan's Harbour Limited, Cabinet has agreed to the acquisition of 9 acres of land rather than the original 14 acres. This has been done for the development of Port Royal by the Port Authority of Jamaica and the Urban Development Corporation. This will be undertaken by the National Land Agency, utilizing the provisions of the Land Acquisition Act.
He noted that these additional acres fall on lots 96 and 127, part of Port Royal known as Redland and Greenland, in the parish of Kingston. He added that community consultations have been ongoing in respect of this proposed development. Major traffic changes are to be implemented by the National Works Agency this Sunday, as the agency presses ahead with the upgrading of 3 miles in St. Andrew. The changes are as follows. As at Sunday, September 2, 2018, traffic will not be allowed to enter the 3 miles intersection from Marcus Garvey Drive. The traffic heading towards Halfway Tree from Port Moore will have to travel along Marcus Garvey Drive onto East Avenue, then to Maxfield Avenue and onwards to Halfway Tree. East Avenue will operate as a one-way to the north, and Maxfield Avenue will be converted into a one-way going north from Richmond Park Avenue. Individuals doing business in the 3 miles area will be allowed access at all time. The Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF yesterday launched the Public Safety and Traffic Enforcement Branch. The new entity, which is aimed at restoring and enhancing public order and safety on the nation's streets, especially in town centers island-wide, is a merger of the Motorized Patrol and the Traffic Divisions and will comprise of 3 divisions: Public Safety, Highway and Safety Patrol, and Traffic Enforcement. The first batch of officers from the branch, who will be outfitted in neon vests and helmets with matching color motorcycles, will start working in the corporate area and in St. Catherine, and gradually move to other sections of the island, targeting traffic, vending and littering violations, as well as responding to safety and security issues. Gas prices are up by $1.48. The state-owned refinery, Petrojam, says E1087 will sell for $138.23 per litre, and a litre of E1090 will sell for $141.06. Automotive diesel oil will go up by $1.97 per litre to sell for $138.96. The price of kerosene will move up by $3.10 to sell for $122.20, and propane cooking gas will go up by $2.19 to sell for $57.03, while butane will go up by $3.12 to sell for $63.82 per litre. In regional news, members of Trinidad's Joint Trade Union Movement have announced plans for a strike on September 7 in support of the Oilfield Workers Trade Union, which is seeking to prevent state-owned oil company Petrojam from closing its refinery. Petrotrin on Tuesday announced the closure of its oil refinery operations as part of an overall plan to restructure the company. Petrotrin Chairman Wilfred Espinet said 2,600 permanent jobs will be affected, with all 1,700 jobs in refinery being terminated. Members of the United States National Councils for Churches of Christ congregation gathered in Cuba recently for their 70th anniversary. We have more in this report from Richard Richards.
With a special religious service, the Council of Churches of Cuba and the Executive Committee of the National Council of the Churches of Christ in the United States of America celebrated in Havana the 70th anniversary of the World Council of Churches and also the opening of the first assembly in 1948 in Amsterdam. During the commemoration, the Cubans Ofelia Ortega and Carlos Emilio Hans received recognitions for being the first two Cubans to work with the World Council of Churches. Cuba's representatives at the religious gathering expressed their gratitude to the American counterparts for their solidarity and friendship at all times with the people of Cuba. The Executive Secretary of the National Council of Churches of Christ of the United States of America, Jim Walker, pointed out his deep disappointment with the impasse of the bilateral relations between the two countries caused by the policy of President Donald Trump. Nevertheless, Reverend Jim Walker hopefully assured that they are working with the guidance of the Lord to change the courses of what has been wrongly done by the White House.
Our plan is to work together to end the blockade. Our plan is to remain strong in Jesus to bring our two nations together. Our plan is to work for the day when justice and peace will rule all over God's earth.
The Council of Churches of the United States of America embraces more than 100,000 local congregations with some 40 million believers in Christian and Protestant traditions. Now, worldwide, it involves churches, denominations, and communities in nearly 110 countries or territories, representing over 560 million followers. The World Council of Churches is known for its struggle against poverty, apartheid system, women discrimination, and against atomic weapons. Direct from Cuba, Richards, Canal Caribe.
The Jamaica Athletics Administrative Association says IAAF World Relays is now only a contract signing away from being brought to the shores of Jamaica. The JAAA's president, Dr. Warren Blake, says the local governing body is confident that Jamaica will host the IAAF World Relays next year and that the process should be completed in a matter of days. Additionally, Dr. Blake is calling on the IAAF to consider giving the NACAC champions a wild entry into the future World Championships. Jamaica had stepped in to host the 2019 edition of the World Relays after the Bahamas, the only country to have hosted the event since its inception in 2014, declined hosting next year's edition due to financial constraints. The JAAA president says discussions with the IAAF are advanced and that he's confident that Jamaica will be successful in its bid to host the event next year. And that's the news. I'm Simone Absalom. Pleasant viewing.